Talofa lava. I would like you all to close your eyes and picture yourself walking down a warm sandy beach with sand squishing between your toes. You hear the waves hitting the rocks, have a hot sun beating down on your back, giving you that perfect golden tan, and hear birds chirping in the air. Open your eyes. You're in beautiful Samoa. Samoa is an island located in the South Pacific Ocean. It is filled with palm trees, beautiful flowers, warm sandy beaches, and happy smiling people. A few fun facts about Samoa are it is partially owned by the United States, and there are only 3 native animals to the region, which include birds, flying foxes, and small bats. Samoa has over 50 different species of birds. I have done thorough research on Samoa and its culture, and hopefully after my presentation today, you will consider taking a trip there. The topics I would like to discuss today within the Samoan culture are common courtesies and greetings, common dishes and foods, and the women in their culture. I have decided to discuss these 3 topics because I have a few friends back home who are of the Samoan culture, and one of my teammates this year, Eternity Naliai, is Samoan. I have lived with her throughout the year and have been able to experience different aspects of her culture, which I never knew before. The first topic I would like to discuss are common courtesies and greetings within the culture. One common courtesy within the culture is to allow all elders to eat first, whether it is at a small get-together or a big ceremony. All elders within the culture begin to eat first, and then after they get their food, the younger people at the ceremony or get-together begin to get their food. Another common courtesy in the culture is if a Samoan steps in front of another, he or she will bend down like this and say "tulo," which means "excuse me." Some common greetings within the culture, one being "talofa lava," which I open my presentation with, meaning hello. Another common greeting is "oi mai oe," which means "how are you," which is usually returned with "munoi fa afatai," which means "well, thank you." One common greeting, which I have actually had a personal experience with, is the kissing of both cheeks. When a Samoan greets another, he or she will kiss the other on both cheeks like so. I was able to meet some of Eternity's friends this year, and I introduced myself and went in for a handshake. They pulled me in and kissed me on both cheeks. This was a bit of a culture shock for me, so after this experience, Eternity had to sit down and explain to me that this was a common greeting in their culture. Now when I meet some of her friends, I'm not so shocked when this happens. Along with common courtesies and greetings, the Samoan culture has a lot of common foods and dishes. Many people believe that pork is involved in every meal in the Samoan culture, which pork is a huge part of the culture, but it's reserved more for traditional ceremonies. Common foods within the culture are turkey, chicken, turtle, which I know turtle does sound a little weird because we don't often eat that here, bananas, coconuts, roots, and things like this. Like I mentioned before, pork is reserved for traditional ceremonies. I was able to attend one of my friend's graduation ceremonies back home, and her dad, who is Samoan, cooked us a great pork dinner, including pork, rice, chicken, and other elements of their tradition ceremonies. Living with Eternity, I have also been able to try some dishes of the culture, one specifically called loco moco. It is made with rice, hamburger, gravy, and a fried egg. I know this doesn't sound too appetizing, and it looked a little different, and I was apprehensive to try this, but after I did, it was incredible. It was so delicious, and it was awesome to be able to experience a different meal from a different culture, and living with Eternity, I have been able to experience some of that. And last but not least, I would like to discuss the women in their culture. Women in the Samoan culture are greatly respected. They have a lot of the same equality as men, and they are not really pushed down or looked down upon, and they are rising up in the ranks. A common dress with the women within the culture are loosely fitted clothing, loosely fitted dresses that aren't too revealing. They have dresses, long dresses, or a long blouse with a long skirt called pelotas. I have some women in my ward back home who are Samoan, and every Sunday it is so cool to see what different bright flowery dress they will be wearing to church. Last but not least, the women in their culture wear flowers behind their ears, which you can see here. I have some flowers with me. These are a very common aspect in the fashion of women. These are used to signify whether a woman is single or taken. A flower behind the right ear means that a woman is single and looking for a man, and a flower behind the left ear means that a woman is either taken or not really looking for a partner at this time. In conclusion, today we have discussed some common courtesies and greetings in the culture, some common foods and dishes, and the women in their culture. I learned a lot throughout this presentation, specifically with the learning of these flowers. I have grown up around women in the culture and have always seen these flowers behind their ears, and I more so thought that it was for fashion or because they thought that it looked pretty, which it does, but I never knew that it signified their relationship status. So that was cool for me to learn about and experience. It was also awesome for me to learn more about the culture, so I now understand why some of my friends do the things they do and say the things they say. Hopefully, after this presentation, you will all consider visiting Samoa. And women out there, if you are single, remember to keep the flower behind the right ear.